Okay, I do believe, my friends, that we are live. We are. Okay. I hate that like little lag, where you can hear playing back and you're kind of looking at it and asking if you're alive. So anyway, we are live. Let me come back to here. All right, my friends, welcome to the Heart of Presenting. We have Emma Bushell from London. Whereabouts in London specifically? You're in the country,
Um,
aren't you?
no, I'm country girl, so it's near Oxford, UK.
Okay. Lush, green.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yep.
out over country at the moment. So it's probably not as nice weather as yours, but there you go.
As
Yeah, it's
is,
good.
yeah, as is pretty good right now. And to be fair, just coming back from London and a warning to everybody, I am jet lagged, but I'm going to do my best. I'm expecting these other two to carry me through this gig with their raw talent. And below we have it Gitte, isn't it?
It
From
is
from Denmark.
from just outside Copenhagen in Denmark, yes.
I've been to Copenhagen and I really liked it. It was very cute.
It's very flat and very
Yeah,
small.
and expensive.
Oh, yes.
Yep. I remember walking into a shop. This is 2016, and I was just foraging, just looking, and the guy who owned the shop said, "Can I help you?" And I went, "No, I'm just looking." And he goes, "Looking doesn't fill my cash register." I was like, "Wow, okay,
Well,
right." It was like
now
it
that
was
sounds,
brutal.
well, not very friendly to me.
So
And then you
I,
then you feel impelled to buy something.
I didn't. Do you know what? I'm a little bit of a sucker for good salespeople, especially when they're really sweet and really good at it. And it was only just before I came over to London and Greece, this last trip, and I went into a place called Calibre on James Street, which is a really beautiful street in Brisbane. And I went in for jeans, and I was buying jeans next door. I was very specific about what I wanted, but I was also this shop looked really beautiful, so I walked in, and she had me trying on so many things, and I got into a hot sweat and panic of wondering how to get out of the shop without letting her down that I couldn't buy something. And I ended up using that terrible excuse of I just need to think about it. I'm going to think about it, come back. And I've never been back in because she's too good. She's too good. Okay. Okay, I'm going to let people aware that they can ask. If anyone watching, we are welcome to ask questions as we go. I'll answer them along the way. They'll pop up on my phone here. So I'm just going to frame this up. The hot seat is me sharing tools that I've learned over 30 years in TV presenting, acting, public speaking. My first love was presenting the camera, and then that naturally turned into public speaking. I love this craft. I started in 1994, so I've been around a little bit. I love connecting with people. I love learning new tools and discovering them myself so I can help people elevate their delivery. And that can be your delivery when you're pitching in a boardroom, in meetings, on camera, or on stage, wherever you just need to communicate in a clear, engaging, and connected way. Our words, we have the ability to choose how our audience receives our words. That's the beauty of it. Where it's like being the maestro of a concert. When you get of an orchestra, when you get really good at this, as you speak, you get to choose how those words sound. And that's what we're going to do here tonight. So we're going to take one or two speeches, one a bit more serious, one a bit more lighter, and we're just going to play with them. We're going to pick a very small paragraph and work from there. I'm going to give these two one tool at a time, and you're going to see how that tool changes the speech and their delivery. Okay, so you'll be able to see what I'm sharing, why I'm sharing it, how it works. So then you'll be able to use it whenever you want and need it. They're super simple. The ones that I'm sharing in here are super simple. I go into more depth in my own events or my ongoing masterminds, but in here is a taster. And live is more fun. And now that I'm jet lagged as well, a little bit all over the show, and I'm sure I'll start waking up more at the end. Anything could happen. So, are you two ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to start off with the resilience speech. Can you just let me know that you can see that?
Yeah.
Yes, I can see it.
All right. Beautiful. The paragraph that we agreed we're going to work on is as we navigate. Emma, can you just read that as we navigate down to our capacity to overcome?
Okay. So as we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth. When we learn to be resilient, we discover our own potential and our capacity to overcome.
Nice. Now, when we read someone else's words, you got to remember that 99% of people are just going to read it as a read. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, there's not much that makes it their own. So how do we lift this off the page, and how do we make it compelling or engaging for our audience? So the first tool and it's my favorite, is the space between the words is as potent as the words themselves. Louise, nice to see you. I know there's a few people joined now. Can't quite see who that is, but nice to see you. Welcome. Pause. It's dramatic. Can you remember what else I said about the pause when we were in London, Emma? What was the beauty? Why do I love the space between the words so much?
Because it gives people, I think, the depth, so that they're just, it creates that environment or that experience of depth to connect.
Yeah, it gives them space to connect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you think of the why pause, there's multiple reasons. I mean, and the beauty of pause is that you don't have to do anything. Like, you're literally doing nothing. The only thing that is really important in that space is that your intention is full. So that space is full of your intention. It can't be pausing for no reason, or pausing and then counting in your head, how long did Andrew tell me to pause for? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because then it becomes awkward. There's no energy in that space. So the intention fills that space, and your intention can be just leaving space to listen to what's happening in the room. Listen, it can be to move, to feel uncomfortable, and then move through and wait until that becomes comfortable again. And when that happens, everybody's connected. It gets a little bit uncomfortable and then comfortable again. The space can be to, I haven't quite finished what I'm saying. And that can pull an audience, metaphorically or physically, off their seat or to the edge of the seat. And if you snap with the last part of that sentence, resolve the sentence, it pushes people back onto the seat. And it keeps people suspended. And remember, the brain craves novelty. I said this last time, I just repeat it. The brain craves novelty. So when you can break the pattern of how most people speak, the audience's brains are engaged. There's something different happening here. So let's have a little look. Kay, nice to see you. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, there's some beautiful stuff in there. There's so much that's being offered for us to work with there. So, but let's just work first with the pause. I want you to forget about punctuation, forget about commas or punctuation. That's irrelevant to us. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth. Where could be our first pause? What could be our first pause? Guitar.
I would say after remember.
Okay, let me just draw here. I'm going to use purple. Okay, remember. So there's our first pause. Okay, read that first sentence then down to here, but just with the pause. See how that goes.
As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth.
Yeah, beautiful. So did the pause work there?
I don't know quite if it worked, to be honest.
As
I
we
would put it
navigate,
after, I would put it after twists a little bit there, so it
yeah,
flows.
I think it worked after remember, but then let's try this as well. Why not? Okay, let's try. Did you say after twists?
Yeah.
I liked it after remember. I felt that worked, and
Okay.
it could have. We'll work on that. We could have left way more space, but that's part of the journey here. Forget about the one after remember here, Emma. Just put it after twists for you.
Okay, so as we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship.
Okay. Do you feel like we could leave a little bit more pause there?
Yeah, and I'd also leave the pause after remember. So I'd add the pause
Okay.
at twist and remember. So I probably didn't explain that,
Isn't that
Peter.
the twists?
I agree, but I felt it was more like we needed a flow.
You needed two pauses.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's just
Hey.
give it a whirl. But I want to hear the pause. Well, I want to hear lack of anything happening. Is a better way of describing it. Like I want to hear nothing in those spaces. So you're intuitive, Emma. You're intuitive. Only complete the sentence or begin again after the pause when it feels right. Don't be pushed into it or pressured by the camera or us or the fact there's people watching. Just when it feels right, play with it.
Okay. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them.
Can I give you
Yeah,
something
go
to
for
try
it.
here? Okay. Okay, I'm going to go orange on this. Because what happens here is we have this, as we navigate the twists, I feel like we can drop totally and ground that last part in terms of life. Get that? Does that make sense what I'm asking here?
The voice, you mean? Drops.
Yeah, so drop. It's terrible drawing, but you get what I'm saying. As we navigate the twists in terms of life, remember. So try that. Emma, carry on and try that one. So you're going up, and it's really clear that after twist there's more to go. So I'm hanging, and then ground it.
Okay. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them.
That's great. Did you hear the difference?
Yeah, it's like a dance.
That's really beautiful. I call it the invisible dance.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And for anyone watching it and for the two of you is practicing these tools is the hard part because over time and 2-3 months tops, these become normal. So when you speak, you're doing this organically, automatically, without going, oh, this is where I put a pause. Just the rhythm and how you speak will always, it'll just do this for you. So there's not a specific hat that you put on to go on camera or stage. It's just that this is you. This is how you speak now. And it's always amplified when you're on camera or stage, or like I am now. But you'll notice your cadence and the way you speak is affected, and it's more organic. So Gitta, do you want to try this as well, please?
Yes. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them.
Okay.
I got too many breaks, I think.
Yep, this is what I want you to try this time. As we navigate the twists, really let that pause and hang. Know that whoever's watching, and Emma and I, are aware that you haven't finished the sentence. So we're kind of hanging on to it. And then there's this pause that I don't know, magic, awkwardness, connection, the dance happens in that space. And then ground that next bit. So it's like da 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 da. And then remember, take your time in that part. Take your time in that space. So right here, take heaps of time. That looks like, I don't know, it looks like a little ice cream there. So it'll take your time just there. Like, really enjoy that space. And if you don't enjoy it, allow yourself to feel uncomfortable, and wait and wait and wait until you feel comfortable again, because that's when you come back to yourself. All right. All right, give that a go.
As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them.
Nice. Try one more time. Kick straight back into it. This time, the turns of life. Drop that life into the body.
Okay.
At the moment, it's tonally quite high. Life. Drop it the other way. Make it a statement. The turns of life. Like it needs to be in here.
Okay.
And then remember, really play in that space.
Okay.
Yep. Give that another go.
As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them.
Nice. Better. Way better. Okay. The next one I want to give you is, look, I was going to give you another tool, but this first sentence here, it has too many opportunities in there. So I call them opportunity words, or they're feeling words, right? They bring life. It lands it on more of a visceral level. They're words that if you're going to say the word twist, it's a twist, and twists and turns of life. Life is another one. So there's too much happening in that sentence for me not to try this one. So let me change color. It doesn't mean you have to do them all, but these are the words that there's twists, there's turns, and of course there's life. There's resilience if you wanted to. I'm not saying to use all these, but these are the opportunities about avoiding failure. They're more failure, hardship, embracing. Would you say embracing is a feeling word?
Yeah, big time.
Very much so.
And opportunities for growth. We've got enough. Okay. So these ones are opportunities. It's like the word home. Home is an opportunity to make home feel like home. Otherwise, most people would say it as home, go home. Whereas a home should feel like a big warm fire and duvet and I don't know, for me, Sunday roast and a glass of wine. It's where you want it. It's home is safe. It's family. It's love, right? And all these word twists. There's a lot happening in that. I don't know. I'm just doing that naturally. Twists and turns, resilience, and there's failure and hardships. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I feel like I did. All right, Emma.
Yeah.
Go 50%. Use what we were doing before also, but go 50% on how much you give those feeling words. Like just hit it in the middle.
What do you mean? Hit it in the
Well,
middle.
don't go 100% twists. Just twists. Twists. Just like so we
okay.
feel it. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Give it a nudge.
Yeah. It's like running up to a jump, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth.
Nice. So at the moment, that's good. It's good.
Relax now.
Yeah, and it's the first read using this. So
Oof.
as we navigate at the moment, twists can be. This is why I got a feeling you were going to push, so I pulled you back to 50%, and now it's allow the word to do the work for you, because that's the word. The word has the sounds already, twists, but it's just a matter of hitting all the parts of the word. And I know you're British and all the different accents.
You say it loads better, like in your accent.
Yeah, well, true. When in UK, there's so many of the different sounds of the UK, the British accent. Lots of pieces get cut off, and it's just. But the word is there. Everything's in there for you. Twists, and that's what gives it the spin or the feeling. Just hitting the T and then the TS at the end, and the last one is turns. So twists and turns of life. And that life can be grounding. So allow that life to sit in here. So to do this one, go really slowly. Forget about how it sounds. Forget about how it sounds for anyone watching. Just do it for process only. So take your time just to get your mouth around those words and enjoy saying it. You can't fuck it up. Well, you might, but let's see how you go.
Me again, right?
Yep. You again. Yep. Yep. Yep.
As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth.
Nice. Like way better. Get that. That sounded better in the twists and turns of life, didn't it?
Yeah. The twist.
Yeah. And see how we did that with the turns of life and grounded that. So as we navigate the twists and turns of life, we just kind of grounded it. The same needs to happen down here, avoiding failure or hardship. It creates contrast in the way the two things are said, avoiding failure or hardship. Again, you're just think of it as a landscape, and your voice is constantly creating a new landscape for people to listen to. It's keeping their brains on edge. It's keeping them engaged. They're for some reason, even though you're talking about something that they have no interest in, for some reason they're enjoying listening. Okay, it's you might get the compliment, oh, it's easy for you. You've just got a great voice. and you go, okay, well, you're forgetting about the years of practice and what I've put into this. But you've just made it so simple. Okay, get that. Same for you. Give that a go. Slow this down. Process only. Forget about what it sounds like. Just enjoy the words and the process.
Okay. As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth.
Nice. Just do this piece. Failure, hardship. Failure, hardship. Just give me that contrast. Just say those two words.
Failure, hardship. Oh,
Failure,
failure,
hardship.
hardship.
Nice. Come down and drop into.
Failure, hardship.
That's it. It's just creating that contrast. Whenever you list things in 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, whenever you list things, always put them on different. It has the best way to describe it. I described it in London as stacking them on different shelves.
Okay,
1,
so it
2,
should be like
3.
up and down,
Yeah.
like failure
and
and hardship.
Yep.
Mm.
It creates that contrast.
Mm.
Okay. Are you ready to try something a little bit harder?
Oh, yes, bring it on.
Vanessa's watching Get There as well.
Okay, I like that.
Nice. Hi, Vanessa. I don't know what
Hi
I'm
there.
down here. Hi. Okay. This is called suspended presence. Do you both have like a glass of water or something beside you? Or
Yeah.
a drink?
Yeah.
You both do. Perfect. Okay. It's like we premeditated this. We'd spoken about it earlier. This is called suspended presence. It's I discovered this while I've always liked the space in between the words or pause, but and the connection and the things that happen as a byproduct of that space. But when I traveled to Idaho Falls in 2022, I had traveled overnight and I was going to see my friend Anne. And when I arrived, I was so tired, and I'd never met Anne in person, so it was kind of weird. And I said, Anne goes, "Oh, I've taken the day off. We're going to go for a drive." And I'm like, "Oh my God, really?" That's probably the last thing that I feel like doing. And she goes, and I went, "We're going to Jackson Falls." And I went, "Well, how far is that?" She said, "Oh, 3 hours." And my heart sank. I was like, "Oh my God, I need to stall this. I need to stall this right now." And so I saw the piano and I asked her, "Do you play the piano?" Obviously a bit of a rhetorical question. And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Can you play me something?" And she sat down and played this beautiful little piece on the piano, very short. And at the end, there was like the with the keys. And I said, can you hold off on that last key? And she held off. And then, like I'm trying to get you to do with Remember, I wanted that pause. And so there was this pause, and then she hit that last key. And I was like, "What's that called?" She goes, "It's called resolving the chord." And I was like, "Well, what's the space then?" She's like, "That's a suspended chord." I'm like, "Okay, how long can you suspend me in the space of that chord?" So she tried again, and this time it went for ages. And in that time, her and I connected and became it was special. Like I'm still talking about it, obviously, right? And so 2.5 years ago, and it brought us together instantly in that space, and nothing was happening. And then she resolved the chord and hit that key, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is amazing." That's like resolving the sentence. And in the middle there is you've suspended me in that space. And so I'm going to call that suspended presence. And then I was lucky enough, I had a client, and I'd never used suspended presence, but I had a client who was speaking at Wembley, and I asked her to try it. And she was the first person to really give it a proper go, and it paid off. So now I can go telling other people. So suspended presence is what we're going to try here. And how we're going to do that and keep your intention full in between is after you say remember, I want you just to focus on, I haven't finished yet. have a drink of water, put it down, and in your own time, that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. You just finish it. Does that make sense, what I'm asking? So it'll be something like, as we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember, and then just do your own thing. Do your own thing. Have a glass of water. I think that, and then if that works, then we'll just try your intention here is, I haven't finished yet, but I will. The fuller the intention in that space is, the more that the audience won't miss a beat and they'll wait for you. Okay, it's a good trick, and it's really good for connecting an audience. But it's not something you do multiple times in a talk or a workshop or a keynote. It's like a 1, 2 tops. Okay. Get that as you might as well go first. Is that okay?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so take your time through that first little piece, and then remember, just do your own thing. And then come back, and resolving the sentence will be that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. You could finish here. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Don't worry about getting it right. Just have a whirl.
As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth.
Nice. Just for me, really good, by the way. Just for me, it's about embracing them as opportunities for growth. Just go down to create that contrast in that last little piece, like a very casual opportunities for growth, very casual.
Yes.
Just try that last piece, embracing them as opportunities for growth, very, very casual.
It's about embracing them. No.
Yep.
It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's like you're really sort of snapping it, like.
Yeah. And it becomes more conversational reality, because that's what we want, conversational reality, and the tools that I'm giving you do all the work for you. So there's not this forced nature, which is not authentic. It's the authenticity is in the conversational reality, but the tools, the twists and turns will do all the work for you.
Yeah.
So it's the sound of your voice, not the projection or the force. Because that's what many people do, is they just raise their voice. Or they project. I'm pretty sure the lady who's going for vice president at the moment, Camilla, I believe I saw her do a speech. This is years ago. She's actually been trained really well. She's very good at the moment. But I remember, I'm pretty sure it was her 4 or 5 years ago, and she just got louder and louder and louder. Like, and she'd obviously was a bit green, or someone had taught her and not taught her. And she just projected and got louder and louder and louder and louder. And that's how she got her point across. And it was really hard to watch. And you don't need to raise your voice. Okay. Emma, are you ready?
Yeah, that was really good, Lisa.
It was very good.
Yeah, amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. What were you, can I just ask, what were you doing in the pause?
I was physically, I was turning my head, and I was just looking up to the light. I have a window here.
Yep.
And just, connecting, not like I was finding my words. You might interpret it that way, but just giving myself a moment to,
Yeah, how it would look on stage is how it might look is you would go remember, and then you could just turn around and walk to the back of stage, have a glass of water, and come back and finish off. That resilience is, and like nothing's happened, and the audience has stayed there with you.
Mm.
Because if the intention's not there, it can feel like you've just forgot what you said, or why does this person keep pausing or not talking? Because there's
Yeah.
nothing happening in that space. It's like this is why I use. Have any of the two of you used equine assisted training before, or worked with horses?
Yeah.
Vanessa, this obviously this is her domain, but I remember doing this exercise where
Amazing.
we had to get all the horses into a circle,
Mm.
and none of us could figure it out. And I was whispering sweet nothings in their ears. I was pushing them from behind. I was trying to pull them. And horses are quite hard to move. They're stubborn when they don't want to move. And I couldn't figure it out. None of us could. And I finally gave up, and I asked the trainer, I was like, for fuck's sake, just like let me off the hook here. We're like, what is it? And he said, when you've made up your mind that you're walking into there with the horse, you just walk in and the horse will follow. My intention had to be, we're walking in there. And it was so
Mm.
casual, but my intention was, you're following me, and the horse has followed.
Mm.
So intention is
But
a thing, that
mm,
energy is a thing.
mm. But what you're saying is that we should also, if we have that long pause, we should do something that is recognizable for the audience, like drinking water. So
It
it doesn't
depends.
look like you don't know what to say.
Well, the energy is information, right? Your audience is picking up on is taking that information from you. If you're
Mm.
standing there and it's deliberate and your intention is full, and whatever's happening is happening, you might be smirking, you might be just looking at people in the room, you might be enjoying that some people are feeling awkward. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That's why not. It's what do you want to do in that space? Because as long as there's a doing, as long as there's a doing, there's an intention, it won't feel weird for you or the other people.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's more about a being than doing.
Yep. The being
Mm.
fills that space
Yeah.
too. Yep.
But also I think it's knowing what you're saying, because like we're feeling these words now and we're kind of trying to grapple with all of the tools to make it like,
Yes.
but it's feeling into your speech or your talk
Yeah.
yourself of being in it.
Yep. Yep. That's it. It's the same thing,
Okay.
intention, but I like that word being instead of doing. Yeah. The being is.
You're not doing anything, you're just being yourself, aren't you?
Mm.
Yep. Yep. Vanessa
Or you
said,
could also say that you are being, if you look at the audience or a particular person, you're connecting to that. Yeah.
that can be the intention.
Mm.
The spaces there, there's so much magic happens there.
Mm.
And some people get swallowed up by that space, meaning they our job is to occupy space and not surrender it. We're the speaker. You're the host. And this is the weird thing, because it is look at me. I'm the speaker. That's the job. You look at me and I'm speaking.
Mm.
And people struggle with that. So when the energy changes in the room, they surrender the space back to the audience, and the audience wrestles it off them. The audience doesn't mean to do that, but they end up taking it, and the speaker starts to get awkward. And if you don't have the tools, you don't know how to wrestle that energy back.
Mm.
Okay, Vanessa said that's true with the horses. I have to do that to load them onto a float. See, I wasn't just making it up. All right, Emma, your
Mhm.
turn. I don't care how long that remember is. I mean, look, I don't want to go over 10 minutes more. So
How long can you really hold? How long have you held a suspended presence?
Mm.
Just so I'm putting it out there.
look, 30 seconds, a minute.
Okay, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as by the time you haven't come back that the audience forgot what you said at this before you left.
Yeah,
You know, and that would be when you've pushed it too far. They're like, I don't know, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
it's intuitive.
As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth.
Nice. I really loved how you trailed off with growth too. That felt really nice. How did you feel about that suspended presence, the extended pause?
I could go further.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Look, we've got just over 5 minutes, so let's use it.
Yeah.
I am going to switch the scripts over and just do that last 5 minutes with something a bit lighter.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
As we navigate the twists and turns of life, remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them as opportunities for growth.
Really nice read. What do you think, Gitta?
Very nice.
Very
nice.
Let's go, baby.
I like it. I really enjoyed that. And it wasn't just the suspended presence, it was actually how you finished off and the way that those feeling words. The other tool to use is when you're using pauses and really emphasizing words, you've got to change pace as well.
Yeah.
We haven't touched on that, but changing pace would be as we navigate the twists and turns of life. Remember that resilience isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about embracing them. So you're just changing gears all the time.
Yeah,
okay,
nice.
so if you really slow down and are meticulous with some words because they just deserve it, twists and turns of life, beautiful, then you might want to snap out of the next part. Remember that resilience isn't about avoiding. So that's just that other tool. Okay, let's play with, okay, something light to end with. Get this out of the way. Hey. Oops. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Can people see that in the Facebook group?
Can people what?
Can they see that? Can people view that on screen in the group?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to
cool.
use Zoom and not whatever one I was using last time. What are you actually seeing? I'm seeing the old one. There we are. Can you see the other places you'll go?
Yes.
Okay. All right, first one. Gitta, your tell me where to put the pause. And we're going to do this paragraph here. Okay, this part. Where would you put, forget about how you've heard this read. This is like, we've just written this and how we deliver this is completely up to us. Where would you put pause, your first pause? There's no rhyme or reason. You can't get it wrong. It can go anywhere. You can put it after you. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead.
I would put it after speed.
Okay, and you'll have the speed. Well, it's kind of a bit of a pause anyway, isn't it? All right. Where else? You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon. Okay. Can I put one in for you?
Mm?
There. After soon. It's a bit extravagant. There we go. Soon. I'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best. Wherever you go. Okay. Let's use speed. Let's use changing pace. So we haven't done that. So that first line, you won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. Would you do that all fast and slow, or would you do part slow, part fast? How do you want to read that? To get a feel for it, you can just read through it and see what works for you.
I would.
Try this.
Mm?
Go this part slow and this part fast on your first read, and then that part fast, and then that part slow on your second read. See what works for you the best.
Okay. You won't lag behind because you won't lag behind because you'll have the speed.
You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. Fast, slow. Think of a gear shift. You're going from first gear to second gear to first gear. Or you won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. So fast, slow, but really slow down and be methodical with what you're saying, but then the next part has to speed up. So give that, try that again.
You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed.
Even slower, even more methodical.
You won't lag behind because you will have the speed.
Nice. And now switch it over. Go, you won't lag behind fast, and then this be really slow and methodical. I want to hear every word. And that second part, this piece here. That's slow, this is fast.
You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed.
No, create that contrast. Fast and then super slow, like 10 times slower than you're doing right now.
First, you'll have slow.
Go fast. I would go fast first and then
Fast.
super slow. Yep.
Okay. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed.
Oh, this is getting tricky, isn't it? Yep. Emma, give this one a go. Hey, Gabrielle. Hello, Rebecca. Okay. Emma, give this a go. Fast, then slow.
You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect. And now think about what you're saying. You won't lag behind. You're actually telling someone this. So the way it is Emma, you won't lag behind because you'll have the speed.
Yeah, Andrew.
Does that make sense as you're thinking? Think about what you're saying. You won't lag behind, Emma, because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. So get that now that you've heard Emma say that, and she nailed that. Try that next line. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Again, go fast and then slow, but like Emma did, really slow. You'll soon take the lead. In fact, and you'll soon take the lead. There's three beats, and you'll soon take the lead. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead.
You'll pass the whole gang and you will soon take the lead.
Nice. Much better. Now try that again because you're just getting the hang of it. And you'll soon take the lead. It's a beat.
You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead.
That's it. So you got those two words, these two words, and those two words. Now think of it as you're in a room with people and you'll soon take the lead. You're speaking to three different sections of the audience here. This is what I would do in live. This is what I would, it's the fun of it. But
Yeah.
again, I'm not thinking about these things and going on, because this is where I use a rhythm or iambic pentameter. This is natural because you practice these tools and practice and practice. Okay,
Mm.
give that another whirl.
You'll pass the whole gang and you will soon take the lead.
Yep, do this with me, and you'll soon take the lead, and you'll soon take the lead, and
And
you'll
you'll soon take the lead.
the lead. That's it, and you'll soon take the lead. If it's easy as to click your fingers, you can do that as well, and you'll soon take the lead. Okay.
Mm.
Now try that again. Pass the whole gang.
You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead.
It's tricky, isn't it? It's tricky.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Yep. It's just practice. And remember that, and I understand that your English is your second language, I imagine.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Emma, give that little piece a go.
Okay. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead.
And you'll soon take the lead.
Okay.
You're in a playful mood, and you'll soon take the lead.
You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Shit,
Oh
I've
my
done that
God,
wrong.
you guys are terrible at this one.
Shit, sorry.
That's good. It's good for
And you'll
it's good for
soon
me.
take the lead. And
It's
you'll
good for
soon
me.
take.
It's entertaining, and you guys have nailed everything so far. You've made it look really, really easy.
And you'll soon take the lead.
Okay,
Say that again, Andrew. Say it again.
you'll pass the whole gang, and soon you'll take the lead.
Okay.
God. And soon you'll take the lead.
No, you're missing out. You'll.
And you'll soon take the lead. I'm pretty sure I put it in there somewhere. All right, give that another go before we move on. We're aging
Peter,
here.
do you want to do it or?
Gita, you give it another go. Give it another go.
You'll pass the whole gang and you will soon take the lead.
Right, let's move on. Okay. I appreciate that you guys have given that a go. It's fun. This is entertainment. It's not just us learning. It's entertainment as well.
And you'll soon take the lead. There you go.
Okay. I'm going to put this 2 pauses, and this is what we're going to wrap up with. Just these 2 lines here. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. Except, pause here, and then a pause here. And I'm not going to tell you how to say it. Just allow that. Emma, give that one a go.
Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't.
Perfect. Nailed it. All right, get there.
Yay!
Do it better than Emma. Try that. Let the pause do all the work for you, by the way.
Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't.
Nice.
Yay!
Think about how most people say that, except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say, but sadly, it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. When you start to add these tools, like I love reading to my son. I love it. And I feel like I make a fool of myself, but I'm just, it's playful, it's fun, and you're there. It lifts these words off the page and it makes them your own. Like no one else will read the way that you're reading. So you've learned tonight suspended presence, changing pace or gear shifts, feeling words or opportunities like twists and turns. And what was the other one? The first one.
Just reading it.
Pause.
Just reading it. Weren't we just reading it originally? The
Yeah,
process.
but pause. We
I think
started
the
with
process,
yeah.
getting into it, isn't it?
Yep. So then to conclude, can I ask you a question?
Hmm.
What was your takeaway from this, and what was your favorite tool, Emma?
Okay, so for me, it's being in your energy
Oh, that's
because
really
I've
nice.
been in your energy in London live, which is very different. And I think it's about being made aware of the dance of the words more and embodying that when we're doing this now for the second time, having been to your in person.
Yep.
It's almost like it's kind of the glue, it's gluing it more together. It becomes
Yeah.
more embodied and I understand it a bit more.
Yep. Look, it takes time, and look, I'm seeding, my own group programs here, but it does take time, and that's why, it's I've had so many acting teachers and presenting teachers, and it takes time. And I remember there was something called it was like projecting and indicating. My acting teacher called it indicating. And it's when, if I'm sad, or let's say I'm speaking to, I remember watching someone do this, and they were a fitness trainer, and they were speaking to some people who were very physically, clearly unfit and unhealthy. And she was speaking to them like, you poor things. I was going, but they're not stupid, they're just overweight. Like, so the indicating, that she was indicating. So you know what I mean? So it's a put on.
Yeah.
It's not authentic. It's not real. It's like an actor showing you that they're upset. But in acting, you just really have to be upset. You have to figure that out. And the beautiful thing around camera is you can take your time. On stage, you can't, but on camera, because I can cut it up, is you don't have to be in a hurry. Like, take your time to get from A to B. So indicating, my acting teacher told me in 1998. I figured it out in the middle of nowhere. It just popped into my mind with clarity in 2017. I just had this like moment. I mean, holy shit, I understand what indicating is. I've got it.
Yeah.
And I rang my acting teacher up, and I'd spoken to him like 10 years. And I rang him up, and he was just laughing hysterical. He goes, it's taken you 17 years. Longer.
Yeah.
17, 18, 19 years. It took me 19 years for that penny to drop. But it was a game changer for me to understand it. Like, like my acting, my presenting, my idea of authenticity, it's a game changer. So I teach this stuff, and far more in my program, Elevate Your Delivery. But the tools that I'm giving you tonight is, if you want to become good at them, is just practice them and play with them. And practice for me is reading to my son, or 5 minutes a day working on a random speech like we have here tonight, reading a book and just taking a paragraph and putting pauses and gear shifts and rhythm or whatever you want into it, and just making it work for you. And stretching, even like, when you stretch, and it sounds ridiculous, but then you come back to the resting place and it's different than where you were before. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think the takeaway on that is that use the pause in the uncomfort as that reset, because actually that holds the biggest magic, really.
Yes, that's it. Yep. I love the awkwardness, and like I love awkwardness in space. Like, for me, that spins my wheels. And so for other people to feel that, but feel safe,
Yeah.
that's the key, is
Yeah.
for people to feel awkward, but for them to feel safe and held, and that, which means your intention has to be spot on or full.
Yeah.
Did that make sense, or is I just
Yeah.
kind of made that up there? But yeah.
No, very much to me. The takeaway is, for me, the pause, because I often, we speak too slow, or we speak slow, too fast. But also what I like very much is the rhythm, or the flow in the words, how you can change them.
Yeah, it's a
So you can from a text you can make different meanings. It can be very optimistic, but you can also make it, pessimistic if you if you are on that agenda.
mm,
So
it's a
yeah.
dance. I think
Mm.
really beautiful takeaways and both slightly different each other and personal for you. Emma, you nailed it by saying it's a dance, because that's what I call it. It's an invisible dance, and authenticity creates a connection, but it's the craft that creates the dance,
Mm.
because that creates the movement. Yeah. Okay. For anyone who wants these tools, I actually got a recorded video, so I can put that link into the comments as well. Gitta, thank you very much for joining
Been a
us from
pleasure.
just outside of Copenhagen, and Emma just outside of London. I miss Europe already. I'm looking forward to getting over the jet lag also. But thanks for being good sports and playing,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for everybody watching. Gabrielle, Rebecca, Vanessa, Rose. I know there was some more, Kay and Louise. Thank you very much for watching. I
Thank
hope
you
you
so
took
much.
away something. I'd love to hear your takeaways in the comments. Anyone who is watching, what was your tool or the takeaway? And I will choose 2 more people for 3 or 4 weeks' time. You'll see the comments. You'll see the posts with just comment below hot seat, and I'll grab 2 more people and we'll go over this again. Slowly refining as we go.
Wonderful.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
All right, guys.